Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about my experience moving like 7 or 8 states away from where I was born and raised. So I lived in Maryland for almost 19 years. I moved out here to Colorado like 2 or 3 weeks before my birthday because I came out here on the 7th of April and my birthday's on the 22nd. So like 2 weeks I think. So yeah, so I have never flown before in my life, and I've also never been on a boat really, like traveling wise. I've never been on a boat. Train, yeah, but only for day trips, and everything else has been like car or bus traveling. Car to visit family in like New Jersey and New York and Virginia and all that stuff like that. Bus to go to Savannah, Georgia for a Girl Scout trip and like other trips like Pennsylvania and stuff. So this was my first time flying. I have never flown before ever, and I'm terrified of heights. So basically woke up, got ready, and got in the car and was driving to the airport and, said goodbye to my mom, and then went to the airport and waited for like ever to board the plane. And I was not feeling good because I was like terrified because I'm like, oh my god, I've never been on a plane before. And of course, all before this, I was watching like the stuff about those planes going missing and crashing and everything else. And so yeah, I was not feeling good at all beforehand. Got on the plane, very, very smushed and crowded. We flew Southwest. Very nice plane, but it was just, I'm not used to being in such enclosed space. I'm kind of claustrophobic. I do not like crowds or anything like enclosed. So yeah, so I decided to sit by the window. I don't know why, because I kept the shade down on it 94% of the flight. It was like a 5-hour flight, I think. With turbulence, it might have been like 5.5 hours. So I kept the window shade up for when we took off. Why, I don't know, because I didn't want to look and see the ground disappear completely from underneath me. But I did, and that made me so sick, motion sickness and everything else. And we sat in like the backpack, so not only were we swaying from the tail, but we were also up and down from the turbulence. So yeah, so I was like panicking. I was clenching the seats so tight, like I thought my bones were gonna like pop through my skin. And basically like kept my eyes closed and was like holding like the seats, and I was like clenched up, and I was like trying to like breathe in and out and like, deep breathing exercises, and then it's like I would panic. I think I actually fainted maybe 2 or 3 times or blacked out, because I remember just having my eyes closed and then not remembering anything or really hearing anything. And then there was so much turbulence, the flight attendants only got up once during the flight. Once, the entire time. The rest of the time they had to be buckled in because it was so much shaking and turbulence and everything else. So I was basically being shook around like a soda bottle, because, up and down, and then side to side. So yeah, I tried to like, when I did feel not dizzy and was able to like drink the little water or whatever they give you, I tried to like lift up the shade and like take a picture with my phone, because I always wanted to take one of those like plane pictures, and I couldn't even look out the window to take it. And then probably like 15 minutes before we landed, I lifted up the shade and I like looked out and I like took pictures. Because by that time the clouds had like kind of moved so I could see the ground, so it's like I knew I was in the air. But I did not like it. I felt so sick when we got off the plane, and just did not feel good at all for all of the day. And of course, it's like we had to go grocery shopping and get my mattress for me to live out here, and a chair and a lamp. So, yeah, so we did all that, and then I came home and I think I like slept, and it's all I did for like the first 3 or 4 days I was out here was slept, because I was so jet lagged, because there was like a 2-hour time difference. So when it's like 5 here, it's 7 back at home. So yeah, so that was just not my favorite. Then we had, let's see, then we had went to the libraries out here. They're pretty nice. They're different in terms of organization at home, which annoys me to no end, because, you know, I used to work in a library for almost a year. I think it was like 10 months. Let's see, June, I left in April. So, 11 months. So, yeah, so that always bothers me when I go in there, because I'm like, this isn't organized the way I'm used to. But I tend to go to the Denver one more than the Aurora one. The Aurora one is confusing in terms of levels and where things are. And I go to this small little Denver, one of the Denver branches, and it seems to have a lot more, even though it's smaller, and the layout reminds me of how it is at where I used to work. So, the only difference is like the nonfiction is by the adult fiction, and then the children's and the teens are together, which is reversed from how it is at home, because it's the teen and the adult are together, and then the children's and the nonfiction are together. Anyways, so yeah, I've been going back and forth to the Denver branch. There's a couple of malls around here. I've been to 3 of them. One of them is right by where the shooter in the theater was. But it is a nice mall. I just don't like going over by the theater. I'm like, I feel bad about everything that had happened there and all those people and stuff like that. So I just don't really care for that area. But it is nice in terms of it's close by, and it does kind of have the shops I'm used to going into, like Hot Topic and the Disney Store and Sephora. And then there's another mall that doesn't really have anything I go into except for like Lush, and then they have Container Stores out here, which makes me happy, because I've never been to a Container Store, and I always wanted to, because I don't know why, it's just containers are just so interesting, and especially that store, because they have such a wide selection. And then there's another one we went to 2 days ago, or yeah, 2 days ago, and that one's really nice. I like that one. I especially like the Hot Topic there, because I met a really nice associate there, and one that actually like conversed with me for, you know, more than 2 seconds, other than like, hi, can I help you? Like, he actually like initiated like conversations like about other stuff like Supernatural and Kingdom Hearts, and what else? There's something else. Oh, and ear stretching. I'm not stretching my ears, just these are stretched a little bit, because the first time I bought earrings to change them out, I bought 18s instead of 20s. So I accidentally stretched them already, so I have to get 18s, because the 20s, they feel so loose and always fall out. But yeah, that one's pretty nice. There are a lot more stores there, and it's definitely one that I would go to more often, in consideration that they have, you know, Hot Topic, Lush, Sephora, Disney Store, you know, there's a whole bunch of other stores that they have in there that I would go to if I lived by the mall, whereas like the other two only had like 2 or 3 stores I would go to. So yeah, and then went to the Denver Art Museum. That was pretty nice, pretty cool. I have some pictures of that. I'll try to make a photo collage and upload that. It will be like a slideshow. What else? There's an Ulta and a Target, like, literally, like, right down the street. So that makes me happy because I love Ulta and I've never lived close enough to go and, like, look in one and within walking distance. Let's see. What else? Yeah, it's just different in terms of, like, taxes out here are weird because it's, like, I think each store has their own separate tax, and then there's, like, depending on what county you live in, there's, like, a different tax, because I know when I went to Target, it was, like, $3 or something store tax for whatever we bought, and then it was, like, another $3, and then we went to a different Target that was in another county, and it was, like, $2 for store tax, but it was like $4 for county tax or state tax. I don't understand how the taxes work out here. It's not like 6 cents for every dollar like it is at home. So that's kind of annoying because it kind of, in a way, things I think are more expensive over here when you're shopping. I love the grocery store over here, King Soopers, because their Asian aisle has, like, everything I wish the ones at home would have. They have Pocky, they have Hello Panda, they have roasted seaweed, just the roasted seaweed, not the crackers. They have Ramune, which I can never find unless I, like, buy it from, like, Hot Topic, I think was selling it at one point, and FYE. And they also have, like, Japanese gummies, and I'm hoping to find a candy store out here that sells the Japanese candy kits. If not, I will make a day trip or weekend trip and go out to California and go to, like, Daiso and get, like, the Japanese candy kits from the candy stores out there. Because I hate ordering off of Amazon. What else? I've been doing more makeup on my Instagram, and I'm debating on whether to make my art Instagram page a photography and art Instagram page, or just to leave it as my art page and just make a Facebook page for my photography. The only thing is that I always have to go in and, like, put my little tag on the bottom of it, and I just don't want anybody to, like, crop it and, like, steal my pictures, because I know that does happen. Sorry, my throat is getting dry. What else? Oh, so the week of my birthday, like 3 days before my birthday, I was not feeling good. So went to, like, their patient first or urgent care or whatever, and I had strep throat. So was waiting for that to heal, and then, like, last week or the week before, I think it was last week. No, it was 2 weeks ago. Was not feeling good and ended up, you know, like, being sick for a very long period of time and sick enough to have to go to the hospital. Don't know what was wrong with me. Some kind of stomach bug or something. They couldn't figure it out, so they just placed the label stomach bug on it. So I've been pretty much in bed for the most part for the past 2 weeks. Except for on 2 days ago, because we went to the mall because I was finally starting to feel a little bit better. The weather out here was sunny like the first 2 weeks I was here, and then after that it was snowing, hailing, and raining. And all three last Friday. So that was, yeah, no, I don't care for that. I mean, it was like 6 inches of snow. And then it was raining Friday, and then it started snowing, and then it started hailing, so the sidewalk was flooding, and there was just like icy, snowy water going past the apartment. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. So I'm gonna end this here, and then I'll do a haul video once I come back from getting the mail of what I got snack-wise and shopping-wise at the mall and the grocery store. Like, some of it's kind of makeup-y type stuff, but anyways. Alright, so I'll end this here. Bye, guys.